A very good morning, my dear students. I welcome you all to this English class, and today we will learn the very interesting chapter from class 10. This is chapter number 9 from your book Supplementary Reader in English for class 10, that is Footprints Without Feet, and the name of the chapter is Bholi. So let's start the chapter. So before that, we have to see this chapter is written by K.A. Abbas, and this is your teacher Sanju Sahu, Janvi Vasyang TGT English, who will be presenting this chapter to you using this educational video. Chapter Bholi is written by well-known Indian English writer Khwaja Ahmad Abbas, or you can simply say K.A. Abbas. So this chapter is very interesting, having a background of India. So before we start our chapter, so let's have a short glimpse over the chapter, what the story is about. This chapter, Bholi, which is a part of curriculum of class 10th English CBSE, it is a motivational story. In this story, there is one girl whose name is Bholi, and Bholi is the story of Sulekha. She is a young girl neglected by all, but education transforms her. It inspires courage and confidence in her. She raises her voice for her rights. The story shows the rise of a girl against social injustice. So in total, we can say that this motivational story revolves around a girl, a simple girl whose name is Sulekha. And in the early years of her life, she was neglected by all, but luckily she was able to get good education, and her teacher became a source of inspiration and which changes her whole life. So we can say that with the help or by using the tool of education, one simple girl who didn't know anything about her right, she became so confident that in the last she fought for her rights. Now have a glimpse over the characters of this story. As you know, Bholi is the protagonist of this story. She is the central character here. But her real name is Sulekha, and she is Numberdar Ramlal's youngest daughter. School education changes her outlook towards the life. This thing I have already told you. And here we can say there is one more character, Ramlal, that is Bholi's father, who had been a Numberdar in the village. Numberdar is one kind of official post which was in those days was one sort of designation you can say, or one post you can say, in village. Okay, so he had been a Numberdar, and Bholi was his youngest daughter, and he is a prosperous father of 7 children. Ramlal did have 7 children who has a narrow mindset. But the bad thing was that even if he was a prosperous, but his mind had been very poor. He had poor mentality. He was a narrow minded person. For him and for his wife as well, daughters are born for marriage only. They think like that there are daughters means daughters have taken birth only to get married. So this kind of mentality they were having. Next we have Bholi's mother. She is a typical conservative mother. Conservative means having a orthodoxy kind of mentality, having a conservative mind, narrow-mindedness she was having. She does not take proper care of Bholi. Actually, whenever any child is having any kind of defects in them, whether it may be physical or mental, whether all other members in the family, they are paying heed or care or love to those such children or not. But Generally mothers are supposed to give all their love and care to any kind of children. But here in this story, Bholi is not lucky enough to get even a proper care from the side of her mother. So we can say that Bholi's mother was really, what to say, cruel hearted. She didn't have any heart for this little girl Bholi. Then next we have Bishambar. Bishambar is the another character in this story. Bishambar is Bholi's prospective husband, means he was supposed to be Bholi's husband in the near future, but by his temperament he was greedy and he was a dowry seeker. So till now we have seen four main characters, that is Bholi, Bholi's father, Bholi's mother, and then Bishambar. Apart from this, one more main character in this story is Bholi's school teacher. She educates Bholi and encourages her. Actually, this character, Bholi's school teacher, is here the most influential character because it is the character who instill all the courage and inspiration and guts in Bholi, who then in the latter years of her life who was able to change her life. So the class teacher or the school teacher played a very important role in Bholi's life. So now we can start the detailed summary of the chapter. So let's see. So the protagonist of this story, Bholi, she was a simple girl or she was called simpleton. Okay, simpleton. The Hindi meaning of the word simpleton is Bholi. Bholi means or Bhola means the person who are having a very innocent kind of nature. They are so simple hearted that they can be cheated by anyone very easily, who generally don't know nothing about their concerns, their life, their duties. Okay, so here our character Bholi, she was a sort of simpleton. Bholi was the fourth daughter of Numberdar Ramlal. As I have already told you, Ramlal had seven children, and among those seven children, there had been three daughters in the family and four sons in the family. And Bholi was the fourth daughter of Numberdar Ramlal. And in all the children, she had been the youngest. Okay. So what happened? She had fallen off the cot when she was just 10 months old. Perhaps some part of her brain was damaged. So I want to tell you that when Bholi was born, she was quite pretty. She was quite normal as other children are. But unluckily, one unfortunate incident took place with her. What had happened? She had fallen off the bed when she was just 10 months old. So this was the first tragedy, or you can say the first unfortunate incident which was took place with Bholi when she had been very young. Means when she was only 10 months old, she fell out of the bed, and because of that some part of her brain, some part of her cranium, it got damaged. So because of that this girl Bholi became mentally retarded. Okay, out of all children only she remained backwards means here mentally backwards. Therefore she was called Bholi the simpleton. So this is the reason why she was called Bholi or the simpleton, because she was too backward to reply or to understand anything. So in the whole we can say that Bholi was a simpleton. Then moving ahead, the second unfortunate thing which was with Bholi was that there were poke marks all over her body. What happened? Actually, as I told you earlier, at birth, Bholi was quite pretty and fair. But unfortunately, when she was 2 years old, she had an attack of smallpox. So this is the second unfortunate incident which took place with Bholi. At first we have seen she fell off the cot and her some part of her brain it got damaged. Because of that she became mentally retarded or mentally backward. This is one unfortunate thing which had happened with Bholi. And the second unfortunate thing which had happened with Bholi was that when she had been only 2 years old, she was attacked by a very dangerous, very severe disease named smallpox. And because of that, her eyes were saved, but her entire body was disfigured. Disfigured means became ugly. Okay. She had deep black poke marks all over the body. So as she had been attacked by smallpox in a very tender age of 2 years, so and the attack of smallpox was so severe that her whole body had been covered by the poke marks. So only her eyes were saved, and whole of her, the entire body, the entire figure of that girl Bholi, it got disfigured. Means it looked very ugly because of the appearance of those poke marks all over the body. So you can see in the picture, this picture I have taken from your textbook. So see, you can just observe these black ugly poke marks all over her body. Then little Sulekha, that is Bholi, learned how to speak at 5 and she stammered. Stammering means, yes, stammering means speaking with a difficulty. Okay, or in Hindi you can say haklana, isn't it? So little Sulekha, apart from all this unfortunate thing, she started speaking when she had been 5 years old. As she started speaking very late, or as a late speaker, she could not speak clearly, so children made fun of her. Children often made fun of her. So Bholi talked very little because she was feeling shame, or she was not at all confident to speak freely in front of anybody, because she was not at all encouraged by anyone, even not by her parents, not by her brothers, not by her sisters. So in this way the girl Sulekha became Bholi. Actually, her real name is Sulekha, but because of all these unfortunate things, she was not at all confident to express herself, to express her views, even if she was not able to speak even a single word. So because of that, and whenever as a late speaker, she could not speak clearly, she would stammer. Whenever she was speaking, she would stammer. Okay, so because of that, whenever she was speaking, the other children in the family or the children in her neighborhood, they used to make fun of her. So because of that, this girl Bholi, she lacked confidence in her and she used to talk very little. So in this way Asulekha became Bholi. Now see, there were 7 children in the family. As I told you earlier, Ram Lal had 7 children, 3 sons and 4 daughters, and Bholi was the youngest one. So in this chapter we just come across the orthodoxy that was prevalent in those days. Though it was a prosperous family, there was a plenty to eat and drink. Okay, so the family was prosperous, the family was wealthy one, so there were so many things which can be eaten or drunk by the children of this family. Every child was healthy except Bholi. So all other 6 children in the family, they were physically healthy, but not Bholi. The sons were sent to study in the city. See, in those days, even if this was a prosperous, well-to-do family, the right to education was given to the sons, that is the boys of that house, or this custom was most prevalent in those days in all kinds of villages in all over India. Okay, so in those days only boys were supposed to go to schools, and because of that, all the three sons of this family, or the all the three sons of Ramlal, they were sent to city for taking a good education. And Radha was already married. Radha is here the eldest daughter. Okay, the eldest girl here, eldest sister here. So Radha was already married, and the second girl, that is Mangla, Mangla's marriage had already been fixed, and the third one was Champa. So we have four daughters here. Number one is Radha, who has already got married. Second is Mangla, her marriage had already been fixed, and the third one was Champa, and the fourth one was Bholi. All the girls except Bholi were good looking and healthy. There were no difficulty in marrying them. So the parents of Bholi, they thought like they have four daughters, and all the daughters except Bholi, they were all good looking and they were all healthy, so they can be married easily. But they were very much worried about Bholi because she did neither have good looks nor she had intelligence. She was mentally retarded, and as well as she was physically weak. So that's why especially Ramlal, the father, he got very much worried how he would try to get Bholi married. So we have seen the setup of this story. This story is set in the old days of India, where there were orthodoxy, the conservative mindset was in vogue. The people were, they were not having a free mindset, they were not having a ideology of equality among boys and girls. So see then what happens next. Bholi at a village school. So till now we have seen Bholi is a simpleton, very simple girl who was neglected by all, even by her own mother. She was not given any love and care in the family. But luckily she was sent to a school, and this sending her to a school became a turning point in her life. A primary school was opened in the village. The Tehsildar came to perform its opening ceremony. So this sentence shows that that school didn't have any school earlier, and at that time a one primary school was about to be opened in that school. And Tehsildar, see, this is also a Hindi word. Okay, Tehsildar, it is a name of a post. So Tehsildar came to perform the inauguration, the opening ceremony of that primary school. And that Tehsildar, that officer, he asked Ramlal to set an example and send all his daughters to school. He had no courage to disobey the Tehsildar. Okay, so during the opening ceremony of that primary school, that Tehsildar, he urged, he requested, or you can say he just gave his idea to Ramlal that he must send all his daughters to the school, and he must put an example before all the people of that village, because the villagers, they didn't want to send their daughters to the school. Actually in those days one ideology was prevalent, which had been shown by the sentences or the dialogues which are used in this chapter. If you will read the chapter, you will come across one dialogue, one statement which was given by Bholi's mother. She said, if they would send their girls, send their daughters to the school, then no man, no other boys will be ready to marry them. It means that sending school, okay, if people will send their daughters to the school, they will be polluted and they will not be able to get married to anyone. So this kind of ideology was the most prevalent in those days. So as Tehsildar had urged Ramlal, he had to just obey this request. He could not just refuse to do it. He didn't have any courage to disobey the Tehsildar's order. So, actually, in your textbook, when Tehsildar urged Ramlal to set an example and send all his girls to the school, he discussed all these things with his wife, and his wife told very cruelly that all her daughters are pretty, okay, and they would be married very soon, and if she would send those girls to the school, they would not be married. So she advised her husband Ramlal that it would be better to send Bholi to the school because she is neither good looking nor she was clever or intelligent. So what to say? She is not supposed to be get married to anyone else. So if she would be sent to school, then we are having no harm. Okay, there is no harm to send Bholi to school. Okay. So next day he caught Bholi by the hand and took her to the school. She was frightened and shouted in tears as it was the first day for her, and till now she didn't have any idea what schools were, what kind of place or what kind of thing was the school. She didn't know it all. Bholi was lucky to receive a clean dress that no longer fitted Champa. So this sentence shows that this girl Bholi, she was not getting any love and care by her mother because her mother did not used to give her a clean bath. She did not provide her clean dress. Okay, even she was not washing her dresses. So as she was now sent to the school, she was provided a clean dress, and this clean dress was not a new one. It was just handed over by Champa because this dress now was no longer fitted to Champa. She was bathed that day, and her and the oil was rubbed in her multi hair. So this kind of good treatment she was receiving on the day when she was about to go to school. Bholi now began to think that school was a better place than home. When she had been given a special kind of treatment at that time, Bholi thought that school might be a good place. It should be a better place than home because that day she was treated little bit specially. She was giving a clean or good kind of treatment. So see, now Bholi had gone to school, and we have to see the first day at her school. Bholi finds the classroom full of girls like her. She was afraid and sat in a corner. So when she entered the classroom, at first she was surprised to see the girls of her age. She was actually very happy, but at the same time she was very much afraid. She was very much scared. Okay, and as she lacked confidence in her, she just went and she identified one corner and she sat there. She was attracted to the colorful pictures on the wall. She was much impressed by the realistic picture of birds and animals. As soon as she sat in one corner, she got fascinated by the colorful pictures which were hanging over there on the walls, because those pictures, they were reflecting the realistic images of birds and animals. So she got attracted towards those pictures. The teacher asked her name, and Bholi stammered and then started crying. So it generally happens, children used to cry on the first day of their school. But the case is little bit different with Bholi. Actually, in reality, she was very much afraid, and she didn't have courage to speak to anybody, as she knew that she used to stammer. Okay, and if she would start speaking to anyone else, she would stammer. So on thinking all these things, when the teacher asked her name, then she didn't reply. Okay, and instead of that she started crying. So see then what happens. So there is one teacher, and you can suppose this girl is Bholi. So you have to imagine the conversation between the teacher and Bholi. So when the school was released, when all the girls of the class they went to their respective homes, after that the teacher came and she told Bholi, get up. And now tell me your name. Here this shows that the teacher was very kind hearted. She has patience to deal with every kind of student. So when all the other girls in the class they left the class, she started talking to Bholi and now she was demanding that the girl should tell her name. So when Bholi was given a special treatment by Bholi, she gathered courage to tell her name and she just tell bho 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 means stammering she was doing. Okay. Well done. Come on now, the full name. So by doing so, the teacher was indirectly encouraging this little girl Bholi, and now Bholi was able to tell her complete name, that is Bho Bho Bholi. At last the teacher said, well done, put the fear out of your heart and you will be able to speak like everyone else. And this sentence became a turning point in the life of Bholi, because before that she had been not given any kind of just kind treatment. No one in her life till now, neither her parents nor anyone else, they have showed such a motivation, they have inspired her like this way, okay, as the teacher was doing. So this time she was given a very good, or she was being encouraged by the teacher, and these words when she told that Bholi would be able to speak like everyone else, so this sentence have a great effect in the thinking of Bholi and she was getting encouraged. So in this way we can say that the school teacher became the source of motivation. The kind-hearted teacher encouraged Bholi. She decided to make another effort and this time she succeeded in pronouncing her full name Bho Bho Bholi. The teacher patted her affectionately. So for the first time she was being treated affectionately or lovingly. She assured her, it means that the teacher assured Bholi that she would be able to speak like everyone else soon. She asked her to come to school every day. She said, yes, yes, yes. Okay. So Bholi, she used to tell the second word, and even the Bholi herself was surprised that she had been able to say this. It means that for the first time she had told her she had spoken her full name Bholi, and afterward when she had been asked any question she was able to give answer yes. Even Bholi herself was surprised that she was giving such quiet answers to the teacher. The teacher assured her that within a month she would be able to read the picture book. In this textbook, if you will go through the textbook, you will find that teacher here on the first day of the school, teacher gave one picture book to Bholi. It was comprises of the colorful pictures, the alphabets or the poems. So that picture book the teacher gave to Bholi and she assured her that within a week she would be within a month she would be able to read the picture book. So in this way the teacher was encouraging Bholi. In time she would be more learned than anyone else in the village, then no one would be able to laugh at her, and because of all this encouragement which was being given by the teacher, Bholi's heart was throbbing with new hope and new life. So on the first day of school, Bholi got a very good treatment. She got a good reaction. She got a good encouragement by her school teacher and a new hope, a new kind of expectation was coming to her mind, and she was just thrilled with all those expectations and hope. In the meanwhile, the parents of Bholi, they were making marriage plan for Bholi. So after several years, or might be 4 or 5 years, when she was sent to the school, I think she might be in the age of 14 or 15 only. The parents were, they were just making plan regarding Bholi's marriage. At last, an offer came from a well-to-do means rich bridegroom Bishambar for Bholi. Uh, in the previous part of the lesson, we have seen that Ramlal was very much worried about the marriage of Bholi, as she lacked good looks and intelligence. Okay, so at last, finally, he got very much happy when one offer from a rich merchant, from a rich grocer, that is Bishambar, came to Ramlal. This person Bishambar, he had sent a marriage proposal for Bholi. He had a big shop, a house of his own, and several thousand in the bank. It shows that he was a rich person because he was having his own shop, he was having his own house, and apart from this, he had a good bank balance. He was not asking for dowry, and moreover, the good thing was that that person was not asking for dowry. So that's why Ramlal was happy. Okay. But the bad thing, or you can say the worst thing, was that the bridegroom Bishambar was almost the age of Bholi's father, and he also limbed. Limbed means he was lame. Okay. So this person, Bishambar, who had sent a marriage proposal for Bholi, actually he was almost the age of Bholi's father. It means that he might be the 3 times of the age of Bholi, because Bholi was about to be married very early. So this person was nearly, I can guess, nearly 3 times the age of Bholi, because the children from his first wife were quite grown up. It means that she was going to be married with a person who was having a children from his first wife who were quite grown up. They might be older than Bholi herself. So this was the bad thing in that marriage proposal. These things didn't matter to Bholi's parents. So see the mean mentality or the narrow-mindedness of Bholi's parents. They were happy instead that she was at least going to be married. Okay, they were thinking, they were taking the negative sense. They were thinking negatively that actually they had expected that Bholi was never be able to get married to anyone. So when they got such a marriage proposal from Bishambar, they got very much happy, and they were not at all thinking about the age of this person. And in the textbook you will find one sentence which has been told by the cruel mother of Bhuli. She told, age of man does not matter for their marriage, whether they are in the age of 45 or 50 years. Okay, so all these things were heard by Bholi when she was sleeping in the courtyard. All these things are there in textbook. So this marriage proposal was accepted by Bholi's parents. Next we have, so as they have their consent to the marriage proposal sent by Bishambar, so at last Bholi's wedding day came, and Bishambar Nath, the bridegroom of Bholi, was a prosperous grocer. So he came with a big party of friends and relatives. A brass band was playing a popular filmy tune. So a whole uh, what to say, a grand party, a grand uh, brass band, or you can say the grand barat or procession was coming to Bholi's house. Okay, so in Hindu religion, bridegroom used to come with a barat, or you can say procession, to receive a bride. So you can say, being the well-to-do person or being rich person, he come with a very good barat to Bholi's house. So Ramlal was overjoyed to see such a pomp and splendor. Pomp and splendor means such a grand or such a pompy or showy thing. Okay, in Hindi we used to say धूमधाम. तो इतनी धूमधाम से आई हुई बारात को देखकर रामलाल खुश हो गया है. So Ramlal, he got overjoyed to see such pompey and such a grand procession in front of her house to have her to get her daughter married to that person. Okay, so see what happens then. The procession, the barat had come to Bholi's house. Now the marriage ceremony would occur here. So the priest, the Maharaj, he said, when the auspicious moment, auspicious means lucky, okay, or in Hindi we used to say, as this story is having a Hindi background, so many related words are there. So auspicious moment means shubh muhurat, okay. So when that auspicious moment came, the priest, he said, bring the bride. So now bride would come. Bholi, clad means dressed in a red silken bridal dress, was led to the bride's place near the sacred fire. So Bholi came in her wedding dress, which was red in color. Garland the bride, one of his friend prompted Bishambar Nath. Okay, so one of the Bishambar's friend told him that he now, as the bride has reached the place, he must garland the bride. So they were about to be married, they were about to garland each other. So at that time, the bridegroom lifted the garland of yellow marigold. A woman slipped back the silken veil from the bride's face. Okay, as the bridegroom Bishambar was about to garland Bholi, one uh, one woman came and she just tried to slip back the silken veil, that is the cover, okay, जिसको हम घूंघट बोलते हैं, that veil from the bride's face. So till now Bishambar had not seen the face of Bholi. So Bishambar took a quick glance. Okay, so he just saw, he very quickly he tried to see the face of Bholi, and garland remained posed, that is stationary in his hand when he saw the face of Bholi. Okay. The bride slowly pulled down the veil over her face. Okay, and out of shame, or she might be feeling something else, and because of that, she again pulled out the veil over her face. But Bishambar had already seen her ugly face. Okay, so he would remark, have you seen her? She has poke marks on her face. Okay, तो उसने बता दिया है कि उसके face पर poke marks हैं. Have you seen? He might be saying to one of his friend that have you seen the face of Bholi? She is having poke marks all over her face. So this picture actually I have taken from somewhere. So just don't mind the picture. Just imagine this bridegroom is Bishambar and this girl is Bholi. Okay. So Bishambar said, have you seen her? She has poke marks on her face. So one of his friends said, so what? You are not young either. So he told him that even, okay, means you have to consider the poke marks over the face of Bholi because you are not young enough to get a good looking girl in this age. So this consideration was got by Bishambar. He told, maybe, but if I am to marry her, her father must give me 5,000 rupees. So till now we have seen he hadn't demanded any dowry for marriage, but when he saw the ugly face of Bholi, which was fully covered with black ugly poke marks, at that time he demanded 5,000 rupees. Ramlal went and placed his turban. Okay, as I am telling you every time, just don't mind the picture. Okay, Bishambar is not so handsome like this bridegroom. Okay, So Ramlal went and placed his turban. Turban means, in Hindi we used to say the pagdi. Okay, pagdi, which is a symbol of self-respect, which is a symbol of self-esteem. So Ramlal went and he placed his turban, his honor, at Bishambar's feet. Then see what happens then. So the father said, "Do not humiliate me. So take 2000 rupees." So he said, "Don't try to insult me, as you have already come to my home for getting married to my daughter. So please, you have to consider and please take only 2000 rupees." But see, what was the response of Bishambar? He said, "No, 5000 or we go back. Keep your daughter with you." So such cruel person he was. Again father requested, "Be a little considerate. Please, if you go back, I can never show my face in the village." So he tried to make Bishambar acquaint with his situation, that if he would not marry Bholi, then he would not be able to show his face to anybody else in the family, because he would be so much insulted by this if he would go back without marrying his daughter. So he said, "Then out with 5000." But the bridegroom, Bishambar, he was not at all ready to be convinced by Ramlal. So in this way, Bishambar now demands dowry. Okay, so now he demanded dowry. Now he wanted 5000 rupees. In that case only he was ready to marry an ugly girl. Tears streaming down his face, Ramlal went in, opened the safe and counted out the notes. He placed bundle at the bridegroom's feet. Okay, so anyhow, he managed to arrange for that money. He went to his room and he opened his safe and he counted out the notes, and he came with a bundle of those notes and he handed over that bundle of note to bridegroom, that is Bishambar. Now, Bishambar was very happy because he had received the dowry money. On Bishambar greedy face appeared a triumphant smile. He had gambled and won. Triumphant means full of victory. Okay. So now when he received the dowry money, Bishambar he looked so happy that he had won any battle. जैसे कोई उसने लड़ाई जीत ली है, और if he had gambled and he had won, जैसे उसने कोई gambling की है, जुआ खेला है और वो जीत गया है. So in this way he was giving a smile full of victory. Okay, he gave a triumphant smile. He looked very happy. Okay, and at last he said, "Give me the garland." Okay, so now he was demanding the garland. He wanted to get married to Bholi now. At that time he would not at all mind the poke marks on the face of Bholi, as he had received dowry money. Once again, the veil was slipped back from the bride's face. So, during all this situation, in all this scenario, everything was happening. Bishambar was demanding dowry money, and Bholi's father Ramlal, he was trying his best to convince Bishambar. All these things were happening, and Bholi was standing there. She stood very calmly, very peacefully there. Okay, as she had been a puppet. Anyone can come and play with her. She was a puppet. So, like a puppet, she was standing there. So, once again, a lady came and she slipped back a veil from Bholi's face. But this time her eyes were not downcast. Okay, so the difference had occurred. Actually, two times a veil was slipped from her face. At one time, at first time, she was very much nervous, okay, and her eyes were downcasted, okay. But second time, when she realized the situation, this time when the second time her veil was slipped off her face, at that time she was full of confidence, and this time her eyes were not at all downcasted. She was looking up, looking straight at her prospective husband, and in her eyes there was neither anger nor hate, only cold contempt. Contempt means extreme hate. Just in Hindi we used to say घृणा. Okay. So second time, when Bishambar was about to garland Bholi, at that time she was not looking downwards. Instead, she was looking straight into Bishambar's face, and she was giving a look of, she was just throwing a look of cold contempt head to Bishambar. Bishambar raised the garland to place it round the bride's neck, but before he could do so, Bholi's hand struck out like a streak of lightning and garland was flung into the fire. She got up and threw away the veil. This the same situation, the same kind of scenario you might have seen in the movie Lajja. Okay, when the heroine Mahima Chaudhary, she also did the same thing when her prospective husband was demanding dowry money to her father. The same situation occurred in our present story when Bishambar was demanding money, and when he received the money, he got ready to marry such a girl, but at that time Bholi was not at all ready to marry such a greedy person. She just stood from the place of marriage ceremony, and she just snatched the garland which had been in the hand of Bishambar, and she threw that garland into the fire, and she stood and she was about to stop the bridegroom to garland her. Okay, so see then what happens. It means that for the first time, this simpleton girl Bholi, she just raised her voice. She just raised her voice to get her rights. She just raised her voice to stop the violence which was being happened with her for the first time. Okay, so just assume this girl is a Bholi. So Bholi for the first time said, Pitaji, said Bholi in a clear, loud voice. This girl was supposed to uh, say, or she was not at all supposed to say even a single word without stammering. But for the first time, Bholi said in a very clear, in a very loud sound, in a very loud voice, Pitaji, take back your money. I am not going to marry this man. Okay. Her father, mother, sisters, brothers, relations, and neighbors were startled. Startled means surprised to hear her speak without even the slightest stammer. Ramlal was thunderstruck. Thunderstruck means very stunned. Okay. So he got thunderstruck. He got very much surprised when he saw that Bholi was speaking so frequently, so fluently without having a slightest, even a single stammering word. Okay, so she told her father that her father Ramlal must take back his money because Bholi was now not at all ready to marry this Bishambar. So now see, in that kind of scenario, in that kind of village where orthodoxy was most prevalent, so see the people's reaction. Okay, how the people were passing comments over Bholi. So especially the ladies are supposed to pass the very cruel comments. Okay, see the comments passed by one of the lady. She told so shameless. Okay, she told that how shameless Bholi was, and one another girl, sorry, another woman, she said so ugly and so shameless. Okay, इतनी बदसूरत है फिर भी इतनी shameless है. Okay. Then see the reaction of father. So see what kind of reaction he would be having. Bholi, are you crazy? Are you mad? You want to disgrace our family? Have you some regard for our izzat? See the use of Hindi word here, izzat. Okay, izzat means the self-respect or the esteem or regard. तो उन्होंने बोला है भोली हैव यू गॉन मैड हैव यू गॉन क्रेजी हैव यू ever think about the izzat or the reputation of the family. So see the reply of Bholi. Bholi said, Very calmly she said, for the sake of your Ijjat Pitaji, I was willing to marry this lame old man. Okay, so she told very frankly that I really thought for your Ijjat, I really thought for your self-respect, my dear father, and because of that self-respect, I got ready to marry such an old man, such a lame man. Okay, so I didn't refuse to get married with such a person, but as I have acquainted with the temperament, the real personality of Bishambar, I am not able to marry with him, as I will not have such a mean, greedy and contemptible means hateable coward as my husband. So she directly denied to get married with Bishambar, and in a very loud voice she told, I want. It means that she had declared that she would not marry Bishambar. It means that the marriage ceremony was cancelled. उनकी जो मैरिज है वो कैंसिल हो गई है, बिकॉज भोली ने फर्स्ट टाइम अपना एनकरेजमेंट दिखाया है, अपना कॉन्फिडेंस दिखाया है, और बहुत ही उसने क्लियरली बोल दिया है दैट शी वॉन्ट. So see the other people's reaction. Okay, the we have seen the people's reaction. Okay, so one old woman was also there. Okay, एक old lady है वहां पर. So see the reaction of that old lady. What a shameless girl. We all thought she was a harmless dumb cow. Okay, कि कितनी shameless girl है, कितनी ये बेशर्म लड़की है. हमने तो इसको एक गाय की तरह, एक हार्मलेस डम, एक गाय की तरह गूंगी लड़की सोचा था. बट सी हाउ शेमलेस दिस गर्ल भोली इज. ओके, शी हैड नॉट एट ऑल एनी रिगार्ड फॉर हर फैमिली. शी इज नॉट थिंकिंग अबाउट एनीवन else. So see the reply of Bholi. She said, yes, auntie, you are right. You all thought I was a dumb driven cow. That's why you wanted to hand me over to this heartless creature. Who is this heartless creature? Bishambar. For Bholi told that old woman who was giving a comment, or who was passing a comment upon her, that she was so shameless. Okay, she was not thinking about the esteem of the family. So at that time, Bholi replied very frankly that yes, she told, yes, you are right, auntie. You all have thought that I am a dumb girl like a cow. Okay, so that's why you were all trying to hand me over to a heartless creature like Bishambar. But now this dumb cow, okay, who is this dumb cow? That is Bholi. So now this girl, Bholi, the stammering fool is speaking. Do you want to hear more? Okay, तो उन्होंने बोला है कि क्या आप और भी सुनना चाहोगी कि मुझसे बोलना आगे है. Bishambar Nath, the grocer, started to go back with his party. The confused bandsman thought this was the end of the ceremony and struck up a closing song. Okay, actually, the bandsman of that procession, of that party, they didn't have idea that they didn't have actually the clear idea regarding the organization of that marriage ceremony. They thought that the marriage ceremony would have been over, so that's why they started playing the closing song. Okay, तो विदाई के समय में जो सॉन्ग बजता है, बैंड्समैन ने वही सॉन्ग बजाना स्टार्ट कर दिए हैं. So it is a one ironical thing which we have seen in this story. For the last emotional scene, okay, so see what happens. uh, Ramlal said, but what about you? No one will ever marry you now. What shall we do with you? Okay, so out of when Bishambar returned empty-handed without being married with this girl Bholi, at this time, the person who got very much hurt, it was Bholi's father Ramlal. Okay, he got very hurt and he said to Bholi that what she will do and what they will do with Bholi. So Bholi directly said, don't you worry, Pitaji, in your old age I will serve you and mother. So see the heart of this girl Bholi, even if she was not given a proper care, proper love when she was very young, and when she was in need of parents' love and care, she was not given those things. Okay, but when she grew up and she decided after this episode, she decided that she would not going to be married with anyone, and she would stay unmarried, and she would serve her parents when in their old age. Okay, and also she told, I will teach in the same school where I learned so much. Isn't that right, ma'am? Okay, so she also asked her teacher. Her teacher had also come to the marriage ceremony, and she was standing there, and Bholi asked her if she can join that school. Okay, and she told that she would serve her parents. She would never marry, and she would serve her parents in their old age, and she would start teaching in the same school where she had learned so much, from where she was able to gather the courage to fight for her own rights. Okay, so just imagine this is the teacher. Now see the teacher's reaction. So teacher said, the teacher had all along stood in a corner watching the drama. Drama means whatever had been happening there. Okay. Yes, Bholi, of course, she replied. Okay, so when Bholi asked the teacher if she could join that school and she could start teaching in the same school, the teacher replied in positive. She told that Bholi can join that school. Okay. So, and in her smiling eyes was the light of deep satisfaction that an artist feels when contemplating the completion of her masterpiece. This is the last sentence which I have taken from your textbook. Here, this question can be asked in examination because this sentence, there is not any what to say mention of the name of the character, so directly such generally such sentences, such stanzas or such paragraphs generally come in examination. So in her smiling eyes, her is used for Bholi's teacher. Okay, so in Bholi's teacher we can say her eyes were smiling. uh, Her smiling eyes was the light of a deep satisfaction. The teacher was feeling deep satisfaction. She was very much satisfied with what Bholi has done recently. And it looked like as an artist feels when contemplating. Contemplating means thinking about the completion of her masterpiece. Suppose any artist is making some item, or whether it is a drawing or some other article. Okay, so if any artist makes some articles, or you can say the masterpiece, and what kind of satisfaction we can find in such artists when they are able to complete such masterpieces. Okay, for the same kind of satisfaction we can see in the smiling eyes of that teacher, as if Bholi was the masterpiece that this teacher has created. So teacher was very much satisfied with what Bholi has done. Means for the first time Bholi stood up and fought for her own rights and fought for her own well-being. So teacher was very happy, or teacher was very content. So this was all about the chapter that we are having in class 10 supplementary book. So just have a glimpse on what we learn from the story Bholi. The story Bholi teaches us the impact of family on children. Bholi is a little girl who fails to develop self-confidence because of her parents' attitude towards her. Okay, so in the whole story we have seen that this little girl, Bholi, was not given proper love, proper care by her family members, especially the parents. Because of that, she was not able to develop self-confidence in her. Okay. The story also shows that family support and emotional security are essential for proper child development. Okay, so it is the family or family members which can give or which can support child emotionally, mentally, physically, so that child can feel safe and secure and he can have a proper development in his or her life. Next we have, which is the most important theme which underlines our present story Bholi, and it is that the importance of education and the role of a real teacher in child's life, because in this story we have seen education transforms the life of Bholi. It was the education which transforms Bholi from Bholi to Sulekha. Okay, actually her real name was Sulekha, and in this story, in the ending paragraph, in the last paragraph, uh, the writer has used K.A. Abbas has used the name Sulekha instead of using the word Bholi. Okay, because at first when Bholi was born, she was Sulekha. Okay, but gradually she became Bholi, and in the later years of her life, again she became Sulekha from Bholi. Okay, so the education actually transformed a girl from Bholi to Sulekha. Okay, from uh, what to say, from a simpleton to a one confident girl. Also, we can say that necessity for gender equality, as we have seen, the gender inequality, the inequality that the people used to do among boys and girls. So, this inequality also we have seen in this story. So, the theme also focuses on the necessity or the need of gender, that is boys and girls equality. So dear students, one activity I am having for you, please do it. That is, look at the given posters and make similar posters to create awareness about the social evil dowry. Okay, so please do this activity. Then also there are some questions that you have to answer. The question number one is, Bholi had many apprehensions about going to school. Apprehensions means fear. What made her feel that she was going to a better place than her home? This thing we have already discussed. You can easily answer. Next, how did Bholi's teacher play an important role in changing the course of her life? Why did Bholi at first agree to an unequal match? Why did she later reject the marriage? What does this tell us about her? Bholi's real name is Sulekha. We are told this right at the beginning, but only in the last. But one paragraph of the story is Bholi called Sulekha again. Why do you think she is called Sulekha at that point in the story? This thing already we have discussed. So thank you very much. I hope you must have got the summary and explanation, the plots and themes of this chapter, and I hope you have understood this chapter very clearly and properly. And once again, thank you.